from home, and only the sea and the sky for an unbroken view catches up with the men. Then the captain knows he must put into port for a day, where the men can feel land under them again, eat some fresh fruits and bread, drink some water that has not been rusted and heated for weeks in steel barrels, perhaps see a show, and, most important, pick up mail from home at a prearranged shipping office. They get to port about 5 or 6 days during the 6 months. Finally, 6 months at sea draw to an end, and the men return once again across the Mediterranean, up the Aegean to their homeland. The expectation on Kalymnos is immense. People begin watching the horizon weeks before the boats are due back. Houses are cleaned and painted by the women, clothing is repaired, everything is made ready for the father's return. The vigil begins. From the top of the tower of St. Nicholas's Church, you can see for miles on a clear autumn day. Boys take turns watching for the sign of the first kaiki on the horizon. The tower bell is rung. Across the harbor, the bells of St. Stephanus's Church pick up the ringing, and within a few minutes, all the church bells miles up the valley are signaling the return of the first boat. It takes about 3/4 of an hour for the boat to pull in once it is sighted. Plenty of time for the women and children and friends of the sponge fishermen to come down to the dock to greet them. And so the cycle is complete for the men who catch the sponge. What remains is for the buyers to wash, trim, bleach, and pack the sponge, and to ship them around the world. The natural sponge has been used for centuries in homes and in industries. It has always been considered indispensable in such areas as pottery making, silversmithing, cosmetics, factory wall washing, and in hospitals. Today, the synthetic sponge threatens the existence of this ancient industry and the complex economic and social structure of Kalymnos, built on that industry. Still, the industry hangs on. Sponges are harvested as they always were. The sponge markets are conducted as they always were. But Kalymnos is no longer the same. What we have seen here is already history. How Kalymnos will fare in the years ahead is uncertain. Most likely it will turn to tourism as a new source of revenues. In the meantime, the cycle goes on, with the men sitting in the coffee shops until it is time to go out to sea again.
Come Bersapo Raja